first talk a little bit about the Pickleball Association and the league that you have here in Big Rapids, and how long you guys have been doing this for.
Sure, happy to. First of all, the USAPA organization is a nonprofit organization for pickleball players. It's all over the United States of America, and now they also have a group in Canada that has a Canadian Pickleball Association. They're the ones that set up the rules for it. We go through them for all of our tournaments that we play. They rank us in skill level and basically help us with all of the tournaments that we run.
Okay.
And all the rules and what have you for the pickleball.
Now, how long have you been able to do this league in Big Rapids, and have you seen the number of people participating grow over the years?
Well, we've been doing it here for probably, I would say, 6 years. I played pickleball for 8 years. It's about 9 years will be this year, starting in Arizona. And the first year we came back, and I got a few people playing at our house. And then we got too many to play at one court. We came down here and played in the 2 courts. Unfortunately, we're not growing the way we'd like to grow. We're bringing a few younger people in, but I know there's a lot more people in Big Rapids that could be playing it if we could just get them out here and let them try it one time.
Okay. So, for those unfamiliar with pickleball, could you tell us a little bit about the game? And I know there's a lot of similarities, obviously, to tennis, but talk about some of the similarities and differences to that sport.
One of the things that the Pickleball Association has been trying to get across to the tennis players is that this is a great game for the younger tennis players to start playing because it helps with the hand-eye coordination on a smaller basis. As far as the pickleball itself, if you've ever played table tennis, the pickleball is almost identical to that with the same rules, same type of serving, but you're just standing on the table instead. It's great. It's a great game for the seniors because we don't have to have the overarm serves like you do in tennis because it's all underhanded serves. We don't have to have the legs anymore like we have to have for running in tennis. It's still one of the fastest growing sports in North America. And like I said, there's a lot of them in Canada now that are playing it regularly too. So the great thing about it is that all ages can play. It doesn't matter whether you're 10 years old or you're 80 years old. In fact, if we have a lady playing with us, it is over 80 years old.
Can you first, tell me a little bit about your experience with pickleball and how long you've been playing and when you got involved?
I started out when initially that we got it going here in Big Rapids. Primarily, my background is tennis. However, at 85 years of age, I don't find too many people who want to play tennis. Many more people should get into pickleball because it's a delightful sport. That's all there is to, and good exercise. I can't recommend it highly enough for anybody who wants good exercise and a fun thing to do.
Now, you mentioned, with your extensive background in tennis, can you talk about some of the similarities and differences between pickleball and tennis?
Pickleball is a lot shorter, smaller court. You don't have to cover as much ground. The doubles partners are more, gives you even less ground when you have 2 people on the court. Still love tennis. However, when you get to be so old, you just can't do that much anymore. So, and as I said, it's pretty difficult to find very many 85-year-old women who want to play tennis.
Okay. And can you talk about, over the past 6 years of playing pickleball here in Big Rapids, some of those relationships that you've been able to build through this sport?
Oh, well, yes. Many new friends, and I have a pro who plays here for Big Rapids. I go down and watch him play in the big master tournaments, as well as Joyce and Larry. They perform down in the big tournaments, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So there's just nothing I can say that isn't good about pickleball.
Tony, can you first of all, talk a little bit about how you got involved playing pickleball and how long you've been playing for?
I've been playing since we started here in Big Rapids. It's been probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7. I don't really know, but I haven't really gotten turned on until about 4 years ago. I've been playing in a lot of tournaments. I travel around the country. My wife and I sold our home here in Rogers Heights, and we live full-time in a motorhome, and we just travel from spot to spot. I pick out a place that they play pickleball at, and I go there. I've met people all over the United States and Canada. My partner in the Meyer games this summer was a guy from Ontario, and my female partner was from South Texas. I'm playing in a tournament in Minnesota next week with a woman I met traveling in South Texas.
Now, what, for being so involved with the game, what are some of the reasons that you love the sport so much and have gotten this closeness to the game over the years?
I love the competition. I never really played tennis. I did play a lot of racquetball. I played racquetball here in Big Rapids when they first opened the racket facility, which is now belongs to the college, but it was a private facility originally. And I played down there 20 years ago, or whenever it was that they built that. I don't even remember anymore. It's probably been more than 20 years, actually. Probably been 30 years. Anyway, I got interested in the competition of a racket sport. This is it's a paddle, but not a racket, but it's still considered a racket sport. It's the same motion, the same hand-eye coordination, and so I guess the last 4 years I've been really interested in playing in a lot of tournaments. I don't medal in all the tournaments. I medal in quite a few, but I don't medal anywhere near all of them. But I'm still improving. I go to clinics whenever I get an opportunity. I've been to several clinics, and I go on the internet and I watch videos, training videos on the internet, and so I do those kind of things to help pick up new techniques.
Excellent.